Hi, I'm Mr. Sam, the allotment man, and this is quite clearly not my allotment. Yes, so we're not at my allotment, I'm in my dad's garden. For one reason or another, that's where I am. Sorry about that. The allotment has had to be passed over to some of my friends next door, Ken and Lisa, and I'm sure they are going to look after it. But what we're going to do, we're going to concentrate on the back garden allotment. We're going to do what we did in the big allotment, but we're going to do it a little bit smaller. So let's see how we're getting on already. So here we are in our first bed. We put potatoes in earlies about 6 weeks ago, and they're already starting to show their heads. As you can see, we've already got our mounds up. We do that because we can't be bothered to do it later on, basically. So we've got our mounds and the potatoes are coming through just here. And because we've mounded it up already, we can utilise the valleys, and we're going to put lettuces in. Actually, we've already got some in already. So that's what we're doing. We're going to grow lettuces down the middle while the potatoes are coming up. And when the potatoes are up, obviously nothing will go in the valleys, but when we've dug them all up, then we'll put other bits and pieces in after that. So let's have a look around, see what else we're doing. Okay people, just down here we've got some more lettuces, all right, and we've got some spring onions that we had in a box on the wall over winter. They were doing okay, but we given them a bit more of a chance along here, so our spring onions. And just here as well, coming up, we planted these about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Might have been 3 actually, I don't know, but there you are. We've got some leeks. So we've done some rows here. Nice little tip actually for marking things. We use Venetian blinds, some old Venetian blinds. Okay, you can write with pencil on these and just stick them in. And also you can tear them off quite easily. So use them to mark out what's where and everything like that. So a little tip there. And we're obviously on a small scale in the back garden, so we're dividing it up, and we've got a little plan to do it in foot squares or 2 foot squares, or well, you get the idea really. So we're going to be planting some carrots in a moment, which is quite exciting really for me and the cat. That's McCavity the cat, very friendly. We call him a he, but he's a she. He's he cat, see what I mean. So less rambling, more planting I think. Right then, here we go, we're going to do some planting. So we've got 2 types of carrots, and they're from Dobies of Devon. I got these from the Allotment Association, so nice present from them. We've got first of all carrot F1 Creme Delight. They're the white carrots I was going to try out for my son, who doesn't like eating veg, but now does eat his veg, and he's getting big muscles because of it, so that's good. And we've also got carrot Flyaway F1. Now they've got lots of instructions on the front, so we've looked at them sort of like, you know, briefly, and we're going to make some troughs like this, and we're going to plant them. How deep is it? Depth of 13 millimeters. Okay, about 3/4 of an inch, something like that. Okay, so they're going to go across like this. Now you're supposed to leave 30 centimeters. Sorry, it's half an inch. 30 centimeters, 12 inches between the rows. Okay, so that's good. So instead of making lots of little holes, we just do this. Okay, so we're going to make that's about right, like this. So we eat quite a lot of carrots, but you know, we don't want to go mad because we've got lots to do. So I think I'm going to have 3 rows of carrots, maybe something like that, and we can mix it up a little bit with the white and the orange. So we'll do this. I've never done carrots before. In the allotment, I'd made a raised bed, okay, to combat the carrot fly. But we have got the flyaway variety here, which It's supposed to not be affected by it. We'll soon see. But also I've got the bits from B&Q. I don't know if you remember the bits I got from B&Q. We got some nets, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take those nets, which have got the steel hoops in them, and I'm going to cover some of them with a fleece. Okay, and with that fleece, here we go, we've got our seeds. With that fleece, I'm going to sort of like peg it to it, and then hopefully that'll stop the carrot fly getting into it, and keep it warm as well. So right, so we've got our seeds. I'm just putting them in thinly. Now the thing is, you can obviously thin out your carrots when they start growing, but when you thin them out, it can attract the carrot fly because you crush the leaves up and that makes a scent, and the carrot fly goes like that, and flies over and then lays its eggs, and it all goes terribly wrong. So try and do it quite thinly so you don't have to thin out too much. Now these are the F1 Creme Delights. These are the ones I really wanted to do, because let's face it, you can buy 100 carrots for a couple of quid these days. Well, not quite 100, but you know what I mean. They're not exactly a luxury item. So we haven't got a lot of space, so we're going to try and grow something different that the supermarkets don't do. There we are. Right, so we'll pop all them in there. You can see how much care I'm doing. Right, okay. Right, so there's another row. Now, what do you think? I think I don't care actually. I'm going to do another row of these white ones because I've got them. And I'm gonna grow them. Right. Whoops, went a bit mad there. Here we go. Let's sow this one a little bit thicker. See if it actually does make any difference. All right. There we go. Right. Now these beds have been warmed because they've had some black stuff on them. We didn't use plastic, but we used like something that goes under the roofing tiles and things like that, you know, on roofs. So it's porous, so the water got through, but it kept it warm. So there we are. There's our carrots. Let's just throw a few round. There we are. There's our carrots in. All right. We'll save those seeds because there's no point throwing them away, is there? All right. There we go. They're in there. Super duper. And that's it. Carrots. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cover them over like so. And then what we'll do, we'll water them in a moment, because the topsoil is a little bit dry. Okay, there we are. Now of course I've done all of this, and I better put my markers in before I forget where they are. There we are. That could be a bit of a schoolboy error. There we are, one like that, one like that, one like that, and we'll mark them up later because at the moment I haven't got a pencil, so there you go. Right, so get that in there. There are our carrots, and they're the white ones. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do another couple of lines of orange carrots. It's not so interesting, so we'll cut to the chase and I'll get back to you in a minute, okay? Right then, so there you have it. All the carrots are now planted. All right, we've got our regular ones here, flyaway orange carrots, and we've got our white ones here. So, fingers crossed, it'll all be looking okay, and we'll put some fleece over it a bit later on. But it's about to start raining now, so we're going to pop into the greenhouse and see what I've done in there. Right then, so here we are in the greenhouse. It's a little bit different to mine. At the allotment. In one way, we haven't got an irrigation system because we don't really need one because it's at the end of the garden, so we can just come down and water stuff. So, what have I done? Well, there's some plants in here that have been planted by my dad. They're generally flowers, but we'll get over that, all right? But in here, not a lot's going on yet. You can see just lots of earth and stuff, but we've got a load of peppers. And I've also done some 3 Heinz tomato seeds. Okay, so we're going to see how they come out. All right, so we've got some tomato plants. So lots of peppers in here. chili peppers and sweet peppers. My dad can't grow them apparently. Well, he can grow the plant, but not the fruit. So what we're going to do, we're going to see if we can do some of them, because I did quite well with them last year. So that's what we're up to. There's not much else going on inside, so that's pretty much about it. What we are going to do is do some beans. I think we might put a bean wigwam up later. We'll just see if it rains or not. If we come back in a moment and do beans and wigwams, you know it stopped raining. If it hasn't, we'll do some final words. Okay, let's have a look. Right, so it's not raining, so we're going to build our wigwam for our run of beans. So what do we need? First of all, we need a dad. There's a dad, okay, and we need some canes. Canes, got 12 of them, okay, 12, and we've got some wire, and we've got some wire cutters. Right, let's get to it. Let's make a wigwam. Right, so there we go. We've wrapped our canes up with a little bit of wire, about 3 times around the top, and then we're going to pull it out. Fingers crossed. We've never done it before, so hey, could go terribly wrong. So let's get some earth and shove it in. Yep. The cat's here. The cat's come to help. Right. Lovely. Right, so there you go, everybody. We've built our wigwam. As you can see, it's a beautiful structure made of 12 canes, which have seen better days, but it doesn't matter. So what we're going to do, we're going to start some runner beans off in the greenhouse, but also we're just going to do the age-old, tried and tested way of bunging it in the ground and see if it'll grow. So we'll be doing that in the next week or so. So, wigwam's up, we're all happy.
While you're doing that,
and while we're doing that,
put some farm manure in the middle, gives it lots of...
he's going to put some farm manure in the middle. Now, this manure is well rotted, okay? It's not fresh, okay, because runner beans do need a lot of nutrients and things like that. So we've got manure. He's smelling the manure. It's nice.
Nice.
Nice, it's manure. It's lovely. All right, okay, it's on his nose. Nice. So we're going to put that in so there's lots of food, because runner beans take a lot of energy to grow. Surprisingly, very big plants actually. I didn't know that until I ripped them out last year. So I'm going to stop rabbiting on and let's go and do some final thoughts. So some final thoughts. Obviously, I'm not in my big allotment anymore. I'd like to be, but just life doesn't allow it at the moment. So, not to be too downtrodden about it, we're making the best in the back garden. So it's all great stuff. So a life lesson learned. It doesn't matter where you grow it, as long as you grow it and you enjoy growing it, that's what it's all about. So I'll be back soon and we're going to do some more planting. So from me, Mr. Sam, the allotment man, happy growing.